Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the North-South Racing League and the Hickory Hustle 125. And this series brought to you by RC2 Promotions. They're event planners out there, so go check them out for all your special event needs. And of course, this Wind Tunnel TV program brought to you by SHH Shifter. Got their shifter myself, their Thorn shifter. Absolutely love it. And I use it as a sequential, but it does both. Great product, great price. Go check out SHH Shifter. But back to racing here. I'm Dean Doucette. I'm joined by Mr. Colin J. Kennedy. Colin, we got the Hickory Hustle. It almost makes me want to dance.
Yeah, we're here at the birthplace of the NASCAR stars, you know, one of the most famous short tracks in America. A little bit of a shorter than, I think it's about 3/8 of a mile. Very rough surface here, so a lot of personality within this track. And you know, we're down to 2 races left to go in the season, and we're looking at points right now, and it's getting to be a tight battle, Dean.
Well, it is. It's getting to be a very tight battle. We'll look in on that right now. Hacker, who finished second last week, you'd think that would be great for your points run, except for Fortin won the race. Held off Hacker. Great race. Great job by Fortin. Had to do it with a late caution, so a late restart. A little bit of a scare for him, but he got through it, got that win. Now 4 points out. You get Ryan Johnson in third, Scott Austin, Adam Gebel, Martin Huntington, Shepard, Smith, and Hoffler in your top 10. But this battle is shaping up as a two-way battle with 2 races left here, Colin. And, I mean, it's going to be tough for Fortin. Only 4 points, but he'll start at the back here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's more time for Fortin to really figure out the car, you know, learn how to pass. But, I mean, looking back at last week, you know, we saw Fortin, I mean, absolutely dominant, never looked back, and he made Bryan Hacker struggle. And you have not seen a lot of that from any of these guys. He's bringing the fight to him right now. So, and he's definitely under his skin a little bit. This is going to be a hard race for him coming from the back, but you never know what can happen in these races.
Well, you're right. I mean, he's bringing the fight to Hacker. We didn't think we would say that earlier in the year, and he's doing a great job. We look in on Hickory now, Colin. I mean, you know, 2 distinctly different corners here. What are you thinking? I mean, you got to think it suits, you know, Hacker and Fortin.
Exactly. And, you know, they're the most consistent throughout the entire group right now, you know, just absolutely putting in great finishes back to back to back. But this track is different. You know, a lot of people actually struggle with this track because the cornering's different on each side. One of them feels like you enter in the corner late, and one feels like you're entering in the corner early. So definitely going to be a little bit of a driver's track here. Passing is going to be another thing. But honestly, I think that both of them will be able to figure this out. And hopefully we'll see Hacker try to bring it to 410 so we can build that gap.
I mean, I don't know about hopefully or not, Colin, but
it might just happen.
It definitely might happen. I mean, Hacker out here right now, you can see that number 2. He's a threat every week. We expect him to be in the redraw. The redraw will be coming up shortly when we gather up everybody, which is occurring right now. And of course, the top 8 have to redraw to see where they actually start. And hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. We definitely have seen Bryan Hacker. You know, he's put it on the pole multiple times, but just could never get enough luck to put himself up on the top. You need a little bit of luck to go your way.
Last week, I mean, Fortin, who always picks 3, I think he picked 5 or something, and he got the pole. So he switched it up, and the luck came his way, and he led, you know, wire to wire in that thing. So, you know, these redraws are important. So you need a little luck, a little Vegas type of luck out here. Looking on Rodney Huntington, he's been quick lately, Colin.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You know, putting in, let's see, I think it was 2 races ago. You know, he was one of the hardest fighting cars all throughout the night, you know, just really toughing it out. And last week he looked strong again. I think he got a little bit into some trouble there towards the end of the race, but definitely going to be another shot at it tonight. I think, honestly, he's going to be one of the fastest guys here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, top of the practice board, Huntoon is Keeler, Schumann out there, Janin, all running laps. Guys gathering and getting ready to come up here in the booth. As we look forward to getting this redraw going on, we bring in Mr. Sam Maxwell. Sam, how we doing tonight?
We're doing great, guys. How y'all doing?
Well, doing great. Doing the Hickory Hustle here in my chair. I'm not sure exactly what that is, Sam, but I feel like I'm doing it.
Hopefully it's fun.
I'm having fun with it, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it. Well, we got the big redraw here. Bit of an important one. We're getting down to it here, Sam. Only 2 races left.
Yeah, winding it down.
All right, well, let's get into it. Who's our lucky number 1 contestant here?
Our first qualifier, eligible qualifier, is the 91 of Adam Gebel.
All right, Adam Gebel on the pole, but not the pole, Adam. You're obviously fast here. What do you like about Hickory?
I don't know. I just really like this track a lot.
It's a fun little track. 2 different corners here. Are you taking 2 separate approaches to these corners?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, well, let's get right into it. The board's all open. You got the pole on the track. Can you get the pole in the draw here, Adam?
Let's do 2.
2 it is. Bam! Pole! How about that, Adam?
Yeah, that sounds pretty damn good.
Nice.
All right, you earned it. You got it. You got it in the redraw. Now go get him in the race.
All right, I'll try.
All right, Sam, who's up?
Next up, the 38 of Ryan Johnson.
Well, the first of many disappointed drivers with the pole coming off the board. That's 2 weeks in a row. First thing off the board. Ryan, is it Ryan in here?
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson. Sorry, Ryan, my memory's fading. I'm getting old here. It was only 2 seconds ago. But Ryan, third in the points. What do you got to do here? Is there any chance to get back in this thing?
Yeah, probably not this season.
Well, how about a victory at Hickory? You could do the Hickory Hustle.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't turn that down.
All right, how about a girl who does the Hickory Hustle? Would you turn that down?
That sounds like a lot of fun, but I think my girl might be a little upset.
Well, you know, exceptions can be made on occasion, Ryan. Just don't bring the tiny horse to the party, all right? Anyway, let's have the board here. Anything but 2.
3.
3. All right, let's have a look at number 3. Waiting on it here. Anticipation's killing me. Oh, gonna be 5th. Inside, probably a good thing to be on the inside tonight, Ryan.
Probably. Hopefully it works.
All right, go get him, brother.
Appreciate it.
All right, Sam, who's up?
Next up is the 20 of Travis Hofler.
Travis Hoffler. How are we doing tonight, Travis?
Oh, feeling pretty good.
Well, you should be. I mean, you've been awful fast. You got a win under your belt, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of weeks ago. Are you finally done celebrating?
Oh yeah, I was done celebrating after New Smyrna. That was not a very good showing.
Well, that's, you know, race car drivers, lots of highs and lots of lows out there, and long memories. You got any gripes out there on the track tonight?
No, nothing to be worried about.
All right, we won't be watching you then to put the bumper to anybody, but maybe get a good finish. Anything on the board but 2 or 3 tonight, Travis?
I'll take 1.
All right, number 1 in your hearts here. And it's going to be 4th with the quick reveal. So on the outside, how is the outside running tonight, Travis?
I don't know. I never ran any up there. So
All right, maybe get
be
a quick lap in
interesting.
up there before you start. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, who's up?
Guys, next we have the 02 of Bryan Hacker.
Bryan Hacker, leader in the points, but second to Fortin last week. He'll start at the back of the field tonight. How do you feel about that, Brian?
Just hoping we could get a good finish for us tonight and then let the cards play out how they play out.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Likely will come down to that final race, but this could be a chance to give yourself a bit of a cushion. So how's the track feeling? Are we talking single lane? Is it go lower than low here tonight?
It feels pretty good. It's a little slick right now. I don't know. We'll see if the sun goes down at all, if it changes. But I think it's you can pass here. You just got to make sure you set it up and don't dive bomb.
All right, great advice from Mr. Hacker. As always, Brian, anything but 1, 2, or 3.
We'll go 6.
Number 6. All right. And that'll be 6. Drawing, not your strong suit, but driving is, Brian. So go drive your way to the front.
Let's hope for it.
All right, brother. Sam, who's up?
Next up, we have the 96 of Al Smith Jr.
Al Smith Jr. showing a ton of speed out there. Al, is it time? Are you ready to hit the victory lane tonight?
I don't know if we have anything for either the 13 or the 02. They seem to be the class of the field this season, but it's good to be talking to you guys and do this for the first time. And I don't know what to expect to be up here with the fast guys.
Well, this is, we've talked about you as one of the fast guys, but I didn't realize maybe not qualifying, maybe not your forte, but you're out there and you really do race well, Al. Maybe starting up here a little closer to the front will propel you up there to possible victory.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, right? It seems like each and every week I struggle with qualifying and always have. I need the green flag laps to really, take place in order for the car to come to life, it seems like. So, but hey, what do they say? A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, and glad to just put it up here and be in the part of the redraw.
Absolutely. Happy to have you, Al. On the board, you got 4, 5, 7, or 8.
Let's go with 8.
Number 8. All right. A little hesitant there on number 8. Bam! 3rd place. Look at that. Quick reveal. Starting on the inside. I think that's a great spot.
Yeah, I do too. It seems like right now, just the way with practice is going, it's inside dominant, but wouldn't be surprised to see the outside lane start to come in here as we put some heat and more rubber down on this track.
All right. Look forward to your performance tonight, Al. Go get him. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Sam, who's up?
Next up, the 5, Scott Austin.
Scott Austin. I mean, another fast guy. How many fast guys are in this league, Scott? My goodness.
That seems like all of them. That's what makes this place so great to race with. It's anybody in the top 10 is very capable of winning every week.
Well, they really are. And so what's the difference, Scott? I mean, do you have to get out here and turn 500 laps to get up here and consider to be a favorite to win?
Yeah, some do, some don't. I tried to put in a little more effort this year, and I think it's showing, but then there's other guys that just show up and race, and they're damn fast too. So some people got it, some people don't, and some people tracks play into their favor, and some don't. So.
Well, I like the fact you've been putting more time in. It's paying off, Scott, with speed. Hopefully we see you in victory lane. What do we got, 4, 5, or 7?
We'll take 5.
Number 5. Oh, Scott, I hate to do it to you. 8th place.
Ooh.
Oh, it's brutal. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, the quick exit from Scott. Sorry about that, Scott. Sam, who's up?
Next up, we have the 89 of Dustin Shepard.
Dustin Shepard. So, Dustin, interesting. We brand you this short run guy with lots of speed, but lately, I'm seeing some long run speed out of you. You adjusting a little bit out there.
I don't feel like I've changed anything, so I don't know what's happening. But
Fair enough. I mean, whatever works, and sometimes staying still, the track just changes and things change and they come to you, but you've been looking really good. And, we've seen this in different spurts here. Are you starting to get your confidence up? You can get up here and run up front?
I mean, I've always had that. It's just the right front usually don't stay with me.
Yeah.
So.
And is that?
I mean, go ahead.
How is the right front tonight? How's the tire wear?
It's wearing about even with the rest. I'm not burning it off, so we'll see where I'm at on a long run. I said I feel, on a long run I'm probably a 5th or 6th place car probably. Said I don't have the speed that the 13 and 02 does on a long run. Not many people have the speed they have on the long runs. So.
I think it bodes well that the right front may be wearing even here tonight. Maybe it's a good omen. You got 4 or 7. What's it going to be?
Let's go 7.
So number 7. We wait this one out here. And it's going to be second. Look at that. All right. So high side, yes, but second is great.
Yes, maybe I can fall in line.
All right, brother. Go get him.
Thank you.
All right, Sam. And who's our last lucky contestant here tonight?
The last eligible qualifier is the 46 Phillip Martin.
Phillip Martin, last on the board, first in our hearts. Phillip. Wow. So you're going to be starting, let me reveal here, 7th. That's a little unfortunate, but inside, a little safer than outside, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take 7. It beats qualifying 9th, so, I picked up 2 spots already.
Yeah, I mean, up here in the top 8 into 7th, I mean, you've shown speed. I think you got something here for them. So how are you feeling? You feeling good about tonight?
This place is just a little weird. I haven't run a whole lot here, so I'm doing a lot of learning as I go. I think I've only run maybe 1 league race here, and I think it was in a street stock, so it's been a while.
All right, well, we'll see what you can do out there. We have confidence in you these days, and so go have some good luck and go get yourself a win, brother.
I'm glad somebody's got some confidence because I'm lacking it sometimes, but thanks, guys. We'll hopefully talk to you later.
All right, can't wait. Sam, any last words here for the Hickory Hustle? I'm going to take that as a no, Colin. As we move on here, everybody's starting to grit up and get ready to go racing.
Yeah, we were listening to some of those guys, and they were saying it's just a little bit slick out there tonight. So it's going to be a little harder to pass. Probably getting up under somebody and just trying to get it off that corner is going to be a little difficult. So you might see a little bit of struggling right here at the start for passing, but I mean, overall, I think it's going to be a pretty close race with these guys. As you see, Fortin even qualified on pole and has to go all the way to the back, so we know he's going to be a rocket already.
Yeah, I mean, I was noticing that myself. So Fortin, unfortunately, won last week. He'll start in the rear, and if we know anything about him, he will come forward. Small track, lap's going to click off pretty quick, though, Colin. What's he have to do back there? Like, how patient can he be?
He really has to watch himself because this track is known for the bumps. It's so easy to run in the back of somebody, so he has to really watch it. But overall, I mean, he's just really got to figure out where the best places to pass are, and so that he doesn't hurt his run overall. Yes, he wants to get to the front. Yes, he wants to contend, and yes, he has to beat Bryan Hacker. But he also has to be content with the night and not make it worse than it already is.
Yeah, great words of advice. I mean, you don't want to throw away the championship race here on the second to last race, right? You want to get out here, get where you can, but I think he's got to be content thinking top 5 as a real big win for him here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's really just got to be completely smooth. This track's very punishing if you are aggressive, so a lot of these guys, they are going to be aggressive here probably at the start. They're probably going to be a little more confident in their cars, so going to be seeing a pretty good little race here, honestly, right at the start.
Absolutely. Gebel up front with Shepard, Smith Jr., Hoffler. Then you got Johnson and Hacker, Martin and Austin, Eschen and Huntoon in your top 10. So, this is interesting from Hacker's perspective, too. Third on the outside, he can't do anything too crazy here either. These guys, this is when you get all tight in the belly, and you're not sure. Any mistake could really throw the championship out the window.
Exactly. He's in a better position right now.
Green flag, down and away. Gebel takes him down into corner 1 with Shepard trying to hook the outside. And Shepard with a nice run on the outside there.
Yeah, they seem pretty equal coming off the corner right here, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a struggle for the outside to really be going right now. But you see Dustin Shepard holding a pretty good line, got into the wall a little bit right there, so it hurt his speed just a little bit, but still hanging tough on that outside over Al Smith.
He was thinking about coming down, but then thought, no, there's no room. And now he's going to get passed, perhaps, by Al Smith. I think he'd be wise to fall in right behind him while there's an opening, and that opening closing quick by Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, and you look back there even farther, and Bryan Hacker still stuck on the outside, losing positions right now. And so this is exactly what you were talking about, making it not as bad as it can be. If he gets down on that bottom and he starts running his race, he'll be fine, but getting freight train to the back is not going to help his championship.
Well, it's not, but you're right. You got to be patient and just hope Austin cuts you some slack here. There's a little sliver of room for about a half second there, but it's hard to take. Up front, Gebel's starting to walk away a little bit, and that's what clean air and clean track will do for you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Gives you a little more confidence too. You know, you don't see anybody out of your front window. Get a wreck.
Yeah, Huntoon is around, so Rodney Huntoon brings out the first caution here. Let's get a look in on it. See him down here on the bottom side. That's Nichols on the, and he just kind of gets into Nichols a little bit there. That's pretty light contact to throw that car around. Wow.
Yeah, so these cars might just be on a little bit on edge here, so maybe not making any contact's not going to be any good. So.
Yeah, I mean that was very slight contact.
Very light, yeah.
And
might have been a little bit of prediction. Good.
I'm not sure exactly, but I think your first assessment probably right. These cars really on the edge here with the weather and everything, so they're going to have to be extra careful here tonight. That's going to shake things up. We're going to have ourselves the normal, picking of lanes here, the choose cone rule.
And this is going to be really interesting because that high side, you already seen it, isn't that strong. But finding that gap is very possible. So maybe if you're sitting like 6th car back or something like that, I'd say you go for it. But overall, like I wouldn't. If I was sitting second, I'd be content with sticking to the inside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. For me, I'm a risk averse, Colin. So I'd probably pick the inside, even 6 cars back. But these guys seem to go for it more than I expect usually, and they hop on that outside. Not sure if we're choosing. I don't think we are quite yet. Gonna be interesting. Only 10 laps in. We're in our first caution here. Big night in the Hickory Hustle. Our main competitors, again, you're gonna have Hacker, who's slid 4 spots back now to 9th, and you got Fortin, who's moved up slightly. Probably picked up 3 or 4 spots already, so they're starting to tighten up that championship battle already.
Yep, they're choosing now, I believe.
Yeah, looks like so. Hacker trying to back down and see what people are doing. He's going to go high again and pick those spots right back up that he lost. We'll see how far he drives up here. And then we'll look back at Fortin.
I believe he took the inside there.
Yeah, I don't like that from Fortin. This just is a mindset, right? He's not going to do anything early here.
But Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson took the outside here. I believe he was 5th on track, so see if Ryan Johnson can't find a little gap and see if he can't contend for this lead here.
Yeah, Ryan wants one. He is sick of being beat out here.
He said it. He said it earlier. He's looking for that win. Might not be a championship, but he's still hunting for them victories.
Oh, and he's got the talent to do it. Here we go. Green flag down and away. Gebel, another great start. Johnson on the outside, looking for room in front of Al Smith Jr.
Yeah, he's going to need this run on down this backstretch to try to see if he can't clear him, but it's probably not going to happen here. Maybe get a little bit of some luck in 3 and 4, but that 96.
Oh, contact! Al Smith is around. Caution comes out. Nobody else involved. So, again, slight contact, right? And the round goes the inside car this time.
Yeah, it seems like the car is almost like bottom out right there, almost, and coming out of the corner with those bumps. Might just be one of those things.
They're pretty used to some of this contact. So you see here, they come side by side, and that's a flush contact. I mean, very violent reaction.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to be really rubbing and racing tonight, surprisingly. Usually you see this at Hickory, but with the car being on that on edge, a lot of these guys are going to be too scared to get close.
Yeah, and they really should be at this point. I mean, that's twice. Word should be getting around the garage that contact is just not allowed tonight. I mean, unless you want to, Colin.
I mean, if you want to take out the leader, maybe if you're behind Bryan Hacker or behind Guillaume Fortin, you never know.
You do never know. I mean, they call it the chrome horn for nothing. These guys get out here, and the guys will use it on occasion. But I know these guys, friends, right? They've been racing a long time as not Lever Ridge. I think Justin McDuff out here. No sponsorship on that car. Give him a call. You want to sponsor him? So he gets the lucky dog. So lap 17 at 125 in the Hickory Hustle here. Adam Gebel, your leader, is getting good restarts here, Colin, and I don't think we'll see much different from him. He's going to try and keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that outside lane, honestly, it hurts it actually a little bit because they can't get the power down just in time. He's usually leaving the box a little early here, so, you know, it throws him off a little bit. Ryan Johnson luckily got a little bit of luck there. Honestly, it was not a little bit of luck. It was a lot of luck. But he benefited from it. You know, he was in fifth, moved all the way up to the outside, and he had a little bit of good fortune. But that's a risk that people are going to take note on, and they're constantly going to keep trying it. So,
well, that's the thing, right? With the choose, which we're watching now, as you see, 4 cars to the inside. Hoffler going to take advantage of the outside, as does Hacker and Austin. Fortin back here, he'll go high as well. But, you know, this is a big advantage. When cautions start coming out, these guys who are used to the choose rule, they start thinking, look, I just got to hang in there for 1 or 2 laps. It'll be a caution, and I'm going to pick up 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes betting on that doesn't always work, though. You know, sometimes that's whenever they have those long green flag runs, and that's easy to get freight trained really fast around here because of how short this track is.
Well, we've seen it. There's the first run, there's only 10, 15 laps, and Hacker was losing spots. I mean, it can happen, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it seems like the outside, honestly, is giving the inside a little bit of trouble, especially with contact right now. So it might be a thing that you want to do.
All right, here we go. Green flag action again. The Hickory Hustle back and running. This time Johnson on the inside, Shepard on the outside. Shepard trying everything he can. He's almost there, but not quite.
Yeah, make sure Tiny Horse doesn't make any contact off this corner. It just seems like it's very on edge at that point in the track. But Shepard really not doing bad. He has a chance of filing in right here. I think he'll slip right in.
Yeah, and that's great there, right? And there's Phillip Martin on the low side. Hoffler and Hacker getting shuffled out here again as Eschen and Nichols come underneath the Hacker.
Hey, we're starting to see this a little more. Hoffler is one of those ones that likes to try the high side, you know? I mean, he did it at Lanier, and he's doing it here again. He might be one of those ones that tries to figure out how to run it so that it honestly benefits him, because right now he's not really losing much time to Gary Eschen, but it can wear out those tires in a heartbeat.
Well, and they came together there. Nobody spun, so that's possible. I don't know why the first 2 did, but there was a little rubbing there between Eschen and Hoffler.
Yeah, and now you're starting to see Bryan Hacker starting to make a little bit of work on Randy Nichols on the outside here too. So maybe just trying to find that gap also, but that's going to be hard, especially with them being nose to tail like this.
Nichols right underneath a Hacker, who continues to hemorrhage spots. Where is Fortin? He's got to be coming up on him. There he is. Just a little back behind Bergener there.
Yeah, I did not expect to see Hacker and Fortin in the same picture within the first 25 laps. This is a big championship implication. We know it's eating away Bryan Hacker right now.
Well, you can see the toughness of this track, too. Those are the 2 best drivers. At least they've proven it points-wise. And they're in 8th and 12th. And they're not really moving forward at this point.
Yeah, no, and this is one of the hardest tracks to pass at, you know. I mean, it's really just got a lot of character to it, so it makes the car honestly uneasy, and sometimes it makes these drivers uncomfortable. And so when you mix that in, it just makes it can make it so much worse with these drivers.
Well, what I'm noticing is the bottom's actually able to drive in further, which is really interesting. It makes it really tough on the high side. So we watch Fortin there trying to make it work. He's almost there, but you see Bergener just comes in a little deeper there and closes it off. Now he is clear.
Yeah.
Sorta.
And we're back at him. I think he'll be able to complete this pass, though. I mean, he's running the high side really well. It looks a lot better than a lot of these guys. He had the chance to go down, but might be comfortable up there right now.
I mean, I just don't think the chance was enough there. It's a blink of an eye, and you're in another corner here at Hickory.
Yeah, and he's got bigger plans. You know, he's got to look at that championship fight and not look at just trying to finish the best you can in this race. He's got to just salvage as many points as he can.
Top on board here with Dustin Shepard, currently in 3rd position, and you can see them getting on the apron there and helping that car rotate.
Yeah, it de-wedges the car a little bit and just makes it corner just a tad bit better. But if you can get low enough to where it can spin it out, so you really have to be careful. Yeah, it does look a little uneasy entering into the corner right now, actually. So, might be one of those things of it being super slick going into the corner. You'll see probably a couple spins, if not like a couple people running into each other right there. But
very interesting battle and viewpoint here. These guys continue to ride nose to tail. It's Gebel, Johnson, Shepard, Merton, and Eschen, your top 5. Hacker still mired back in 9th position. He is on the bottom now.
Yeah, Fortin is only 3 spots behind him right now, too, so closing up that gap pretty quickly.
Yeah, and another caution in the choose rule, and they'll be side by side, likely. So we continue green flag racing, and it still looks like Hacker not able to do much back there with Nichols.
Yeah, this car's really looking even right now. You know, I mean, he's been working on it for a couple laps, and it just does not seem like. Maybe Hacker might be taking it a little easy right now, though. You know, it is early in the race. He's one of those ones, excuse me, that can make the car last. And he'll be one of the ones that will start coming through the field late. So maybe he is just saving just a little bit here, but he's also just trying not to lose position.
I mean, give Nichols some credit, too. He is running hard on that outside. My goodness.
Yeah, and very
the 69 forging ahead. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's not something easy to do around here either. That high side is really not. It's really bumpy and it's really hard to run. But I mean, he's holding us pretty well right now. So
a couple of little contacts between the two as Hacker gets more and more racy. Nichols not giving it an inch. More contact, more rubbing, and caution comes out. It's Nelms who's around. So that little battle's going to end. That's unfortunate. I want to see the conclusion of that fight.
Honestly, I think that was one of the best things for Bryan Hacker at that point. His patience is starting to run out. His patience is going to start running out. So
Nelms looked a little shaky on entry there. Now he comes in and breaks loose right in front of Fortin. Wow.
Yeah, the car just seems to really get light right there out of the corner. So it's going to be something to note with these longer runs.
You know, that fight we were watching reminds me of the other fight, the Tyson fight coming up. They just announced it's an official fight, folks, not an exhibition. Whoa, a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. I'm all here for it. Probably not too many fight fans out here in the audience, so we'll move right back to racing. Gebel, Johnson, Shepard, Merton, and Eschen, your top 5 right now. Choose rule coming.
No, I think race fans like a little bit of fights. I mean, think about it. You know, you love to see a little bit of some drama after these races, you know, after they're mad at each other.
Well, so Gary Eschen's in the chat on YouTube. He called someone a cheater. I'm not sure what he's referring to there, but I think that's probably the redraw. He thinks there's some cheating going on. And I tell you, I can be bought, folks. So just email me with your offers.
Is that illegal? Texting and driving? I mean,
well,
never seen anybody do it in a race car, but
you're allowed to PayPal and drive, and I will give out my PayPal. Anyway, so Gebel still holding them up, and Gebel doesn't mind these restarts, does he, Colin?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, he's got the full control of the race. Honestly, it's helping him a little bit because Ryan Johnson has been on his bumper almost this entire time, so it's probably giving him a little bit of he's probably a little intimidated by him right now. And when that happens, you can wear your car out pretty quickly. But honestly, I think these restarts are really just helping him.
Yeah, cool the tires down, reset, and he gets a good launch, gets to get out there by himself. So the choose rule coming up. This is going to be important. I guess they've already chosen here. See Hacker back to the outside. He's not giving up on it. Fortin, I think Fortin goes low, so this will be interesting. Fortin's going to fall back a little bit with that choice, but it might be.
And I like what you said, reset. You know, that's what a lot of these drivers kind of need. When they get in those runs, it's exactly like what happened to Hacker. You know, he was getting frustrated running on that inside. That reset can just change the whole pace of the race for you throughout the entire race. So resetting is really just one of those things that like almost everybody needs. So see if we can't see a Hacker a little bit more patient this time and see if he can't find a gap instead of fighting.
Well, I don't know. He went to the outside, so
he might be looking for some hay.
Yeah, he might be looking for a fight. Gebel down there in the way. Shepard, a good start, but here comes Johnson on the inside. Wow, Shepard trying to wrap the high side, has to check up a little bit. Advantage Johnson.
Yeah, and he's got a gap right now, so if he wants to take it, he's probably going to have to take it on the straightaway here. He's got a chance because they are fighting side by side, and he took it.
So Shepard gets in. Eschen rolling the high side. Now, we've seen this from Gary Eschen. He can do this. He can really get rocking there on the high side.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And you see right behind him, oh, we got another wreck.
And that's Nichols. The 69 of Randy Nichols is around.
Dean would not be happy about this one.
I think that's Barron you refer to.
I meant Barron, my bad. Oh, we're already getting roughed up a little bit. Right in front of Guillaume, too.
Yeah, there's lots going on right around Guillaume. He cannot, he's avoiding them all, but they're spinning right in front of him. I mean, Fortin has got to be careful. He is. He's moved up to 11th through all this.
I bet you he's liking his luck right now. He's seeing all this stuff and nothing's happened to him, but let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not say that.
A little scared of the curse from the booth. It's not real, folks, but, you know, it seems real at times.
Trust me, when the dog bites you multiple times, eventually you want to stop.
Well, there you go, folks. Confucius say. Bergner is in. So the 21, the Silver Surfer comes in, takes to his pit stall and misses it, but not important here. You see Jan Janin down there. He's retired for the evening. That's unfortunate, you know. Last season, we've seen a lot out of Jan Janin.
Yeah, we did. And this season, I mean, I'm not going to say it was all his doing because he's had a lot of bad luck with this season. But, I mean, overall, I mean, he's definitely looking for next season. But yeah, it's just one of those seasons. It happens to everybody. He'll rebound out of it. And honestly, I've heard that he's pretty good in them street stocks. Might see a little something.
Okay. Well, look forward to that. We'll see that in August, folks. Choose rule coming. Johnson goes low. Shepard going to take to the high side. Martin low. Hacker low, so lots of lows. Does Fortin go high? He does. He is going to come up and pick up 3 or 4 spots here. He'll be in the top 10. He slides in right behind Chris Stump and Hoffler up there, so I think that'll be good for about 10th position.
And, you know, before this race started, I was really thinking that maybe we were going to see some tire changing because this track does eat away tires pretty quickly. But with these cautions, I really don't think anybody's going to be coming in and getting right sides at all. Maybe if you want to give it like, maybe if you feel like you're running in the back or something, you want to change it up a little bit. But overall, I don't really think we're going to see a lot of pit stops. I think this thing's going to run all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, Bergner at the back chose to come in. Why not, right? You're at the back, but at the front, I don't know. Here we go. Gebel again. Launch is good. This time, Shepard with a nice launch at the top side. He'll filter in behind him. Or no, he will not. He should.
Wow.
And there he goes. He almost peeking in there. Check up. Martin's around.
Oh, no.
That was a major checkup. Is Fortin going to get in it? Wow! What an avoidance by Fortin. Hacker's involved, though. Oh, Nelly.
No.
Everything has been shook up. Wow. Things have just changed, folks. Let's go back to the wreck. And what I want to do is I want to go on board with Mr. Fortin here, if I can find it quick enough. Watch this. Wrecking right now. And watch this evasive maneuver. Whoop, whoop. I mean,
He got hit from behind and it helped him. That is crazy.
so a couple little moves there. We'll go back and we'll see what happened to the rest of the guys, and in particular Hacker. I mean, the championship battle, very intriguing to us here. Play it from here, and right in front of him, he breaks nicely and almost through, but Austin helps him around. No real damage to the two, but he's quickly trying to get that thing spun around and not lose too much track position. We'll see where they stack him up. I think he's going to be back around 15th, and he might consider coming on and taking those tires we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to bring that up. You know, now that you're in the back, why not go for it? You know, you don't have nothing to lose at this point, but besides losing a lap, you have to be careful around here. This track is very small, and you can go a lap down in a heartbeat under caution.
He's trying to figure out here where he sits. He's got to get snugged up. So we'll stay along here. Gebel's still your leader. Eschen has slid up into second through all that madness. Fortin up to 7th. It doesn't look like anybody's going to come in, so very interesting. Kerr's getting lined up as the choose rule commenced again. Looks like the 00 of Nelm's going to take advantage. Here comes Nichols taking advantage. And Hacker comes up, and he's got a head of steam. He might not be too happy right now.
And you know, it's one of those things of why not? He's already gone through some bad luck, and he's already in the back. So might as well take those positions that you can gain right off the start and see what you can do with it, because it's going to be a hard fight to get back to where he was. And I'm hoping that car's not super damaged. Doesn't seem like he really hit anything, but them tires are definitely a little wore out.
Well, we've crossed the halfway mark. Things have flipped on their head for the championship, but up front, all Gebel. Gebel, another great restart. Johnson on the outside. Again, will slip into second. Good run from the 38. Can he do something with it? I don't think so. Behind him, Hoffler pushing hard. My goodness.
Yeah, Hoffler chose the inside this time. You know, that's unlike him. Usually he's on that outside. Maybe he just doesn't think it's worth. As you see, Guillaume, I mean, he's starting to slowly slowly start gaining on Scott Austin here. Might be able to find that gap. Man, that's gonna be a hard find. That's gonna be a hard gap to find.
That is. I mean, he's got Stump right in front of him, so he's kind of at the mercy of Stump and what Stump's able to do.
Yeah, and shout out to Stump. Up 10 positions on the night. I think he's been one of those ones that's just been taking the outside every time and just testing his luck. So shout out to him.
Absolutely. Chris Stump having a great run here, our big mover on the night. Him and Gary Eschen shown as the big movers. Hoffler holding them off, though, and fighting, and that's the one thing here. It might take a while, but that low line does prevail eventually.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's one of those things of the driver honestly figuring out how to pass him. You can probably ride alongside of him for multiple laps, but passing him's another thing. And Hoffler probably right now is just trying to figure out where he's better and where he can capitalize off of these guys.
Yeah, each lane waiting for the other to make a mistake, because it's the only way you can pass. Right now, nobody has. Stump's doing a whale of a job on the high side. He's got a bit of a run here, but the run ends so quick. I mean, that there's no straightaway here, really.
Yeah, no doubt. And number one person that's being hurt from all this is Guillaume, because 2 positions behind him is Bryan Hacker. Just like that.
So Guillaume Fortin stuck here, back in 6th. That's not so bad for the 13 machine. He is fighting hard up front. Gebel and Johnson and Eschen are walking away. Hacker back here at the back of this pack. He could go to the high side, be right behind Fortin.
Yeah, and it's crazy. He's already back up right near him, too. But yeah, they've got to get this battle going because otherwise Fortin is just stuck. He can't really go nowhere at this point.
I mean, this is 10.
Going on 10 laps.
Excuse me. 10 laps this battle's been raging on, and there's been no change.
Yeah, no give, no take.
Awesome racing out of these guys. Austin and Hoffler on the bottom, Fortin and Stump on the high side. Right behind them, the 96 of Al Smith, who you remember he was hit early and got, violently spun on a seemingly harmless hit, and he's trying to battle back.
Yep, and now Hoffler. Oh, are we going 3 wide?
Well, guys are getting antsy. There's some poking and raging going on down there.
Yeah, and Scott Austin was one of those ones I was definitely getting tired of this. They're still going for it. But yeah, he's stuck right now, has literally nowhere to go. So you're going to see some impatience from some of these guys here soon and probably just get a little greedy.
Hacker just moved up to the high side, so he comes up behind Fortin. I wouldn't want to encourage the chrome horn here, but my goodness, these guys, points leaders, running nose to tail now.
Jeez, there's no giving right here.
This is awesome racing, folks. Side-by-side action. Nobody's given. Austin down on the bottom, Hoffler in front of him. It's still Fortin and Stump up there, and they also have Hacker up there now. Hacker gets in front of Al Smith. Wow, I think he thought about dropping in there. That would have been interesting. He does. So Hacker slides down to the bottom behind Austin now.
What a run by Randy Nichols on the outside right there. Centered that car so well and drove right by Al Smith on the outside. What a move. Looks
So
like Chris
Stump has
around.
gotten clear. Now Fortin is up there all alone, and he's going to get by, but we got a caution. And Hacker again involved.
Oh, no. Same spot, too.
It's looking on it. This could be a big one. So Hacker there, the guy's fighting, Fortin and Hoffler fighting. Hacker, and Nichols just gets into him there. That is unfortunate. Hacker really got problems now. Championship implications.
Yeah, this has just not been a great race for Bryan. His luck has just not been there so far.
Stump pits, Hoffler pits. What in tarnation is going on? Huntoon is in, Nelms and Keeler are in. So guys coming
Hacker
in.
stays out.
Yeah, well, he's got to. So he'll move back to 11th. So he's going to pick up 5 or 6 spots here. And I think that'll make him quite happy compared to where he was. Fortin is up to 4th now.
Yeah, and I like this really from, I really do like it from where I think they were, 6th on back. I like this, honestly, because you could see that, they were battling, but they were also losing time to the leaders, so they know they don't have anything for them. So Hoffler and Stump, they both decide, all right, look, if we go in and get tires, we can close that gap, and we can also battle a little bit here, and kind of sort out what the thing was that they were doing beforehand. So maybe they have a shot at winning this thing now. I don't know how the tire wear looks on the guys up front. I know Gables isn't as bad because he's had that clean air, but it is a possibility that these guys can honestly get to the front by the end of the race. I know it's only 40 laps to go, but a lot can happen, and we've already seen there's been a lot of wrecking.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen. The top 3 have looked like the class, but now you got Fortin in there in 4th. Can he hang in here? Can he decide to go up here? How much does he want? Or is he content? Now that Hacker is back in 10th, the 2, no luck. I mean, wow. And, like I said, Gebel, what a whale of a race for him. Let's not take all the attention away from the 91 machine. He's been racing great here tonight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We've seen him up front just a couple times. We haven't seen him lead yet, but, I mean, he hasn't looked back since the beginning of the race. He's been looking strong on that bottom. Taking a great start right off this rip and really hasn't looked back. Not letting these guys get up under him, not making a mistake, doing a great job.
So Fortin and Hacker both go to the low side. On the high side, you got Esch and Austin. Looks like the 89 of Shepard up there as well. And Martin. So here we go, folks. Under 40 laps to go in the Hickory Hustle 125.
The race has now begun.
Oh, a little checkup on the inside lane there. Hard to get going.
Another great start by Gebel here.
Yeah, Gebel played a little bit of a game there, a dangerous one, and he won, though. It's all good. Here comes Johnson fighting. Johnson and Eschen go side by side. 410. Oh, and we're under caution. Big one.
Oh.
Nelm's up on top of Nichols. That's inappropriate behavior right there.
It's called the Hickory Hustle for a reason.
Is that how you do the Hickory Hustle?
Absolutely.
All right, we see Hoffer touch the wall. Nelm's contact with the 8 there, and the 8's is going to come in and rub him out.
Ooh.
So the 8 did not appreciate that contact. That's Justin McGuff, and he just, McDuff, he just took him out, to be honest with you. I mean, it might not have been on purpose, but that's the way it looked there. See Schumann back here trying to keep that beautiful paint job all clean.
She is pretty. She kind of looks like the grave digger almost.
Yeah, it's a good call there. Got the 08 of Keeler back here, Huntoons back here. These guys all looking for a better finishing position. Gebel saying, hey, I can do these restarts all night long. There's Shane Leverage getting the lucky dog.
And you know, honestly, with this choose rule, we're looking at it now. Guillaume is in 4th. If Gary and Ryan both take the inside, he has a chance of filing into 2nd and taking this win away.
I don't think he's going for it. I think he's happy to be in front of Hacker, absolutely. And they're thinking, let's settle it next week. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if they both take the inside again, almost no matter what anybody else chooses. Excuse me.
I mean, we don't know. Sometimes Guillaume does like to be a little bit aggressive, but I'm with you on this one. I really think that he's just kind of salvaging what he can out of this. You know, he's already had bad luck happen to Bryan. He doesn't want the same bad luck for him, so I completely get it.
I love this for Gebel, though. These restarts, I always say that, you know, short track racing, you can get these caution events, and if you can just get good launch after good launch, nobody's going to beat you. We've seen many people win this way. Now, things will amp up. Guys behind you will get antsy. 410 to the high side. Wow.
Wow.
Hacker's going to ride this. Hacker goes to the high side. Of course, they both do the opposite of what I say. There's no doubt. That always happens.
So we don't know everything.
We don't know anything is more
yeah, you're
accurate.
Right. We don't know anything.
Gonna be interesting, but I like this for Gebel. Now, Eschen, tough competitor, and we know Gary's gonna go for race wins. You know, he's not too worried about points out here, so, you know, Gary could be a threat to the 91 here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, and he's been a rocket ship all night, so, and he's up 8 positions on the night, too, so coming through the field pretty quickly, too.
All right, pace car down and off, another good start. Johnson a little slow on the high side. Eschen trying to get there, barely puts his nose in, but clear is Tiny Horse. Here comes 410.
Yeah, we haven't seen 410 too much really have a battle on the high side. He's really been battling on the inside, besides that one run that we had. But he had a car in front of him, so we really don't know how well he's able to roll this high side here.
He could have slid into 4th if he backed out there. He doesn't. He might want to consider it on entry here. He does not.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of aggression. Exact opposite of what we were talking about.
the best lap of the race. Johnson right with him.
Yeah, and Johnson was already looking to the inside a little bit right here on Gebel. Johnson knows it's go time right now, and you know we're coming to 25 to go, so expect a little bit of some dive bombs maybe here.
Well, he's hungry too. Johnson wants it. He's got it. He's got the inside position. Ryan Johnson trying to get underneath. Can't get the pass completed. He'll fall back in line. Wow.
Yeah, and what a move from Gebel right there. He saw that coming, and instead of honestly squeezing him, he made sure he can get that run off the corner so he could not clear him. So that honestly, better move right there from Gebel.
Fortin down to the inside of Ashen. So these guys are speeding up here, setting fast lap after fast lap, but now cannot pass on the bottom. They can get their nose in there, but can't get off the corner. A little further back, it looked like 3 wide for a minute.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of getting off the corner and making sure that like the outside doesn't maybe hit the wall or make a mistake like that. That's the best way to pass.
And Ashen's around. Gary Ashen has gone around. So something between him and Fortin likely. Let's get a look at it.
It looks like another turn 4 trouble.
Things are heating up here. Gary Ashen right in front of Fortin. Gets a good run, and he gets into Ryan Johnson and then checks up, and then Fortin finishes him off. So not Fortin's fault. Short track racing is really what that is.
Yeah, racing so close quarters, it's hard to check up in time, especially trying not to wreck your own stuff.
Any checkup, it's so hard. You don't want to hit the guy in front of you, but if you check up, you're going to get hit from behind, Colin.
Exactly. And you don't know if these people are watching the bumper or if they're watching the track. So
Al Smith throwing right sides on with 20 to go. Not
sure
late. That'll pay off, but
a little bit late for that one.
If you're back there, why not? Can't hurt.
And we're looking now at the ones that have pitted, and it's 5th place right now, Dustin Shepard. So he is snuck into the top 5 here with new tires. Is it a possibility that we can see these guys possibly challenge for the win here?
I mean, Shepard, Hacker, Nichols. You got Hoffler who pitted on lap 83 with the freshest of them all. So it is possible, and they're going to amp it up. I mean, there's no holding back here now. I think fuel load is of most importance. If they didn't put fuel in with those tires, that'll be a good thing. If they did put too much fuel in, they may not have the speed that they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something you have to kind of watch out for in these cars, 'cause it's all about weight. I mean, you look on the inside of these cars, and they've got nothing on the interior besides 2 gauges, and that's it. All about making it as light as possible.
So coming up on the choose rule here, this one going to be most important. 18 laps remaining. Gebel comes up to the line. He's definitely going low. Johnson high. Fortin will go low. Austin's low, Shepard high, Hacker low. So there you go. I mean, Hacker's up to 6 already. It's going to be 7th maybe from where he chose.
So you're seeing later on in these runs that this inside line isn't as good. You're starting to see more guys honestly pick the outside just because they can fight off that fight from the inside. It's because those tires have wore down a little bit, and it makes it harder to pass, makes them a little bit tighter, and then taking that air off of that right front also makes it tighter. So maybe one of these things where you might see Gebel go up to the top eventually on these restarts and see if he can't get that run down that backstretch and take the lead again.
Yeah, interesting there what you were talking about. We'll see what people try and do to adjust. Gebel here has just got to do what he's been doing. Expect him to go right at this corner, and bam, there he goes. Fortin down on the inside. He's underneath Johnson. Johnson, a big run on the high side. Wow.
Man. Shot out of a rocket out of that corner. That's exactly what I was talking about with that high side right now. You're not getting as tight as these guys on the bottom, and so it's just going to shoot you out of a rocket.
I mean, it is absolutely moving. So Fortin, he slides into 3rd. A little further back, Hacker fighting with Shepard. So Shepard, a little awkward entry there, probably allow Hacker to get up here and get this spot. Up front, Gebel still leading. Johnson trying to get good runs. I love the way he's turning this car. Him and Fortin are coming. Down to the inside. Tiny Horse Johnson. Off the corner, though, he just got nothing.
Yeah, it's just a battle of inches right now, and just trying to get himself at least alongside of him on these straightaways. It's so difficult, but Gebel's running exactly what he needs to do. He's not trying to defend that bottom. He's just trying to clear himself on these straightaways so that he can enter in the car where he wants it to.
I love what Gebel's doing. He looks like a cool customer there. But off of 2, I'm telling you, the run that Johnson's going, he's going a little higher to low. Watch this through 1 and 2 here. He'll kind of cut down. There he is, a little higher. He cuts down here. He did not cut that time, but he's still got to run. Here he comes.
Now this is a
so
little
close
bit more.
to contact. Gebel a little out of sorts. Now there's contact, and he's going to take him out. Johnson's out. Hacker involved again. 410 to the lead.
But look who's second now.
Wow. Hacker
was
slides
it
into
Hacker?
second or
Oh,
third.
wait, third now, okay. But
That was
410.
a crazy little segment there. Johnson trying to take the lead. Gebel looked like he cut into him there. I'm not sure, but nobody was lifting. There's no point in that, I guess. And Johnson's night might be over there. I see a little smoke coming from that engine.
Yeah, now we're seeing Guillaume from last to first leading this thing. Yes, it was a little bit of a luck, but you don't just get that lucky from sitting and barely driving. He's been sitting there fighting for it, and he's just got lucky. And you know, he's right place, right spot.
I tell you, I mean, people talk a lot about luck, but why is it only the good drivers get lucky, Colin?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So Gebel now in second, and he is going to be hot. Not at anybody, but maybe himself. He wants this win badly. And now we always say, when you're up here, Colin, and you're going to get a win, you've got to earn it. And there's nothing like fighting the best. Fortin and Hacker, he's sandwiched by him right now.
Yeah, and exactly. And he can't be too mad right now. He's still got a shot at this thing. It's not going to, excuse me, it's not going to be easy, but it's doable. And so he doesn't need to get in his head. Like you said earlier, you got to reset here. And honestly, just look at the best way to pass him. You've seen that 410's been behind you, and he hasn't really been battling you. So you might be faster than this guy. So I definitely don't think he needs to let up. But he definitely doesn't need to be looking back either, because you have Bryan Hacker very hungry right now, probably a little bit angry. So really just all forwards at this point.
Listen, Fortin and Hacker got to leave any anger at the door. They can settle this thing next week. If one of them falls out of this thing, it could be the end of their championship. So they got to take what you can get. I think Gebel's in this spot where he could get ultra aggressive here and put these guys to the test. I mean, they're not going to lay down for him, though.
Whoa, Hacker to the outside.
Yeah, Hacker comes upside. He's with Gebel. He's like, okay, Gebel, let's go.
Oh, where's he going now?
Oh, no. Hacker's got a penalty. What? So Hacker has got an EOL.
Wow.
Not sure how he got a penalty there, but we're green flag racing, and 410 is gone. Shot out of a cannon with 3 to go. Gebel into second. Austin, and now you got Phillip Martin trying to rock the high side into fourth. Guillaume Fortin, your race leader, gonna be your points leader, and Hacker's off the track. I don't know what's going on, but this is not good.
Yeah, you hate that for Bryan Hacker. That's unfortunate.
That is beyond unfortunate. Final lap, the 13, Guillaume Fortin gonna win the Hickory Hustle 125. Gebel comes second with Scott Austin in third. Great night for Gebel. Not the finish he wanted, but a heck of a run for the 91. Fortin comes from the back to the front, and he is going to be in a dominant position with late trouble for Hacker. Not sure what made him pull off the track, but that was not good.
Man, that's...
And that's one happy Fortin, man.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is
no doubt.
burning them down. He earned it. He worked hard for this thing, Colin.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, coming from last to front, from last all the way to first is not easy to do. It takes a lot of patience. Obviously, does take a little bit of luck, but, I mean, just, you can't just take that away from somebody just saying that's luck. That was him honestly just running his race and doing a great job at it, so...
So we said our top three. You got Martin, Shepard, Hoffler, Smith, Keeler, Loveridge, Schumann in your top 10. Hacker finishes 11th, so it isn't over. I mean, he came in with a 4-point lead. He's going to be in a deficit, but he's got hope. Johnson, same thing. He was in third in the points. Late trouble for him. He falls to 13th. And you got Huntoon, Eshin, McDuff, Stump, and others who, you know, not the nights they were looking for here tonight, Colin.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was one of those things. It was just rough out there tonight. You know, the track really was hard to pass on and very slick. Cars bottomed out, had a little bit of wrecking here and there, and these guys just accidentally having nowhere to go. So definitely going to be a little bit of a points night for some of these guys, and they're going to have to look next week to rebound and rebound hard.
All right, let's take a short commercial break. We come back, we'll get interviewed. All right. So close to call in the little commercial there, but beautiful stuff from iRacing. Fortin, not close to call. Gebel in second, though. Heartbreak for him. Colin, I mean, if you end up in second like this, I mean, it's happened to all of us. Are you feeling happy and thrilled that you got second, or disappointment in not getting the win?
I couldn't tell you a racer that said that he would not be disappointed when he finished second. I think everybody that
now hold on, let's break that
it.
down a bit. It would not be disappointed. I'm a little confused.
Well, no, they would be disappointed is what I'm trying to say. I understand I couldn't find somebody that would not be happy about finishing second when you almost led the entire race. That's a tough pill to swallow right there.
Oh, it really is. But the 91's got a lot to hold his head high about. It was a great race by him. Come up just a little bit short tonight. And we turn our attention now to the number 5, Mr. Scott Austin out here. He comes up a little short, but got up here late and got a podium spot. Congratulations, Scott, on a 3rd place finish.
Thanks, you guys. This is exactly what we needed tonight. I really just wanted to stay safe, stay up front, and really just kind of keep my pocket in the point standings, and I think we were able to do that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you did that. You had a good race. It looked to me, a lot going on out there at times, but it looked to me like you kept that car pretty clean. Was that part of the quest, I guess, here tonight?
Yeah, I really tried my best to do that, but unfortunately I got into Hacker 2 different times, but like you guys nailed it. It was so bumpy, it's so hot, it's so competitive that it's just gas brake. There's wrecks happening everywhere, so sometimes there's nothing you can do, and I just really hate that I got into Bryan there at the end.
Yeah, unfortunate. And we're not sure what happened to Bryan at the end, if he was given a penalty or something, but he pulled off the track. Hopefully all is well with him. But for you, Scott, back up here, putting that number 5, and Austin Paints back up here. I mean, Hickory, it's just so hard. There's no time to think. It's corner, corner, corner.
Yeah, it's a very touch-and-go racetrack. It's a lot of fun, especially with this competitive guys, so I had fun tonight. I kind of hoped that this was the way that it was going to go, and it did.
So how about the high line tonight, Scott? Was it workable? We seen guys, it seemed later in the race, almost like the low line could not power off the corner late tonight, and the high line could.
Yeah, it really did start to come in at the end. It felt like both lanes were so equal. You know, we saw a lot of guys ride side by side. I mean, I think me and G were 20 laps together, never touched, ran hard for 20 laps, and just couldn't get in front of each other. So produced some really good racing. This dynamic track is really doing a nice job.
Well, we thought you did a great job, too. Of course, we got one race left this season. Can't wait to see what you can do. Maybe grab a victory. It goes that's the order. It goes podium, then victory, Scott. So we're hopeful for you getting a victory next week. Congrats on this 3rd place finish. Anybody you want to shout out, you go right ahead.
Just everybody at NSRL for putting on a really good league. It's been a lot of fun this season. It's been a blast talking to you guys, going back and watching the next day and kind of critiquing myself. So I'm appreciative of you guys and the league both for putting all this together.
All right. Colin, the number 5, Scott Austin from Austin Paints. He's in 3rd place tonight.
Yeah, and I'm here with the 2nd place finisher, Adam Gebel. I know it's a little bit of a heartbreak. You wish you were in victory lane right now. Well, I mean, technically you are, but overall, I mean, Adam, you ran flawlessly throughout the night. I mean, you were just nailing restarts after nailing restarts. Like, it was looking great. Then a little bit of misfortune right there at the end, Adam. I mean, talk us through it, you know, like what exactly went wrong, and honestly, how did the car feel? What were you feeling?
A little pissed right now, but I was starting to get a little bit tight. Further we went on, I think I was just wearing my stuff out. I knew Ryan was super fast tonight. I would get out and then he would reel me back in, but I was able to keep him behind me. But then I saw that move coming. It's unfortunate, but I understood why he did what he did.
Yeah, man. And Adam, this is nothing for you to beat yourself up about. I mean, honestly, tonight was honestly just a great showing for you that you have what it takes to run up front with these guys, and you had what it takes to really defend it. I mean, you look like a veteran out there with the line you were running, just trying to clear yourself before the next corner. Overall, I mean, you just did a great job, Adam. I mean, you look now to next week, Southern National. We'd love to see you back up front again. I mean, is it a possibility that we get a little redemption race? Is that what we're looking at?
Well, last year I won the last race when we had a showdown, so hopefully, if goes as planned as like last year, hopefully I'll be sitting in victory lane this next week, and hopefully I don't have to worry about this stuff that just happened.
Yeah. Well, hey, overall, Adam, you did a great job tonight. Nothing to beat yourself up about. Honestly, you just keep building off of it. But is there anybody you would like to shout out? Any sponsors? Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I gotta thank On Time Promos, Craft Industry Apparel, Austin Designs. He makes great designs and all that for your car. Everybody at NSRL, and then you guys as well for putting on this broadcast. You guys do a hell of a job. I go back the next day, watch, and I absolutely love what you guys do.
Hey, well, congratulations, Adam. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful night.
All right, thanks.
All right, that's Adam Gebel, the 91. Just a stone's throw from victory lane, and he's none too happy to be in second. Don't blame him. Hopefully he can get a victory, but I'm down in victory lane with the 13, Guillaume Fortin, who's, celebrating here, last to first. How about that, Guillaume?
Yeah, it wasn't clean all the way up front, but I'm happy with the win. It's a good point night for me and the trouble that Bryan had at the end of the race. But first of all, I want to apologize to Gary. We made contact at the end, and that contact spun him, and that's not the way I want to race. And I think it's just a bad timing where I caught him on the exit, and I'm really sorry
Guillaume,
about
just to
that.
interrupt you there, that was a checkup. So he got into the guy in front of him, then had a check up for him, and that's when you got into him. So it was a chain reaction, not really you just simply getting into him.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's still a racing deal, but I need to apologize for it, and I hope he's not too mad about it.
We love your attitude, and that's why we love you as one of these front runners, a great representative for the league and how you handle these type of situations. Tell us a little bit about your race night. Starting at the back, you looked very patient early. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I really thought we were gonna have a long green flag run, and I know this track is really hard on tires, so I just took it very slow at the beginning, trying to make spot and trying to see if the outside was gonna come in at one point, and trying to see if I could make passes on the outside. It seems like you were able to hold the position, but not pass somebody on the outside, so I just kind of worked my way during the restart and tried to pick the lane that had the fewest car, and I think that's what got me to the front.
Well, you got up front, you got to win a big win. One race left in this championship. Now, we know your teammates with Bryan Hacker. Can you tell us anything about what happened to Hacker late? Why was he sent to the back of the field, and why did he pull off the track?
Yeah, he got a meatball, I think, on the last caution. So I think he tried to stay out as far as he can, try to get some point, but it's unfortunate. I was looking forward to a good racing for the last 2 weeks for the point, but it's unfortunate.
Well, it's not over yet. Now he came in with the lead, so there's still going to be a battle here. You are going to have a lead, but as we just saw, anything can happen. This thing far from over yet, but you put a big dent in it here, and that's got to make you happy. How you feeling about the track next week?
Oh, pretty good. It's my favorite track actually, so I'm happy that they chose it for the last race. But I'm starting at the back, so hopefully we'll stay clean and try to make a third race win in a row.
Yeah, good, big night. Gonna start from the back. It's gonna be a points battle all night long. Gonna have to show some patience. Can't wait to see it, man. It's gonna be great. Guillaume, what a race here tonight. Congrats on your second consecutive victory. I thought it was thrilling. Maybe you're down there doing the Hickory Hustle right now. I don't know. I can't see you, but congratulations, my friend. And we'll give you the floor. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I have to thank my sponsor, Gestion LPG. They're doing all kind of workstation, pit box. So if you need anything for racing or for work purpose, just hit them up and they'll be there for you. And also all the admin and NSRL and you guys for putting up this show. It's always fun to come here every week, and it's fun for my first year that I'm able to battle for a championship in my first full year. So it's fun.
All right, Colin. Fun. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you get wrecked.
Well,
That's how I feel
that's
for
right.
I felt for Adam there, but another great week from these guys. Just a little bit of just a couple cautions here and there, but overall, I mean, we're looking to next week and we have a championship to hand out. So
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Bryan Hacker going to be raging mad, and that's bad for the field. Fortin, it says
exactly.
it's his favorite track. Gebel, who's got, something to prove, and he says he loves that track, and he won last year at this track. Gonna be super interesting, Colin.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's going to be one of those weeks where you see everybody just throw everything at it because why not? It's the last race of the season. See if you can't get the best points finish that you can. So definitely tune in next week.
You betcha. Tune in next week, every Monday, 9 p.m. It's the North-South Racing League. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Colin J. Kennedy, that's going to wrap it up here from Hickory, where I may or may not be doing the hustle right now. We'll see you right here next time.